All right, my friends, we are live. We'll give it a minute before I totally start talking. All right, welcome everybody as you're joining. Hi everyone, I've got a special live for you today. We cannot wait. All right. Welcome everybody as you're joining. We are just about to get started. Hello, Cataline. Hi, sweet Aradna. Welcome everybody. We got a surprise Facebook Live for you today. Oh, baby. And we are about to get started. Okay. Let's do this. All right, my friends, so welcome. I have some really amazing people here with me today. They happen to be on my team. They happen to be working with me. Hi, Snezana. Hello, Michaela. Welcome, you guys, as we're starting and joining and kind of going. Who knows what we're going to create today. But what we wanted to do today is, bonjour, Zina, welcome, is we've got some amazing stuff, and No Judgment Diet has this incredible target, crazy target of 10 million people out of judgment with our bodies, right? And with their bodies, because what I know, and probably what you know, is that when you're judging you, it doesn't feel very good. Hello, sweet Wendy. Welcome, everybody, as you're joining. And so you guys hear me talk about the No Judgment Diet and a lot of the courses that we have that are actively like open to join. And what I wanted to do is actually bring on people that have been working behind the scenes with me and with the No Judgment Diet, and also have started. So they didn't start out on my team. They actually started out in most of the courses. And then due to their excitement and enthusiasm and their capacities, started to get on the team. So I wanted to bring them on and have them share their experience of two of our favorite programs and courses. The first one is NJD Every Day, and the second one is Ditch the Judgment. So I'll just say real quick, NJD Every Day, the doors are closing on January 15th. It's been so amazing. And then for Ditch the Judgments, we're actually starting on January 20th. We pushed the date back a couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about those fun things. So are you guys ready? And if you have questions for any of them or us, please feel free to make a comment right in the chat, and we'll do our best to contribute to you. So without further ado, who wants to go first?
I can.
Well, go ahead, Linz.
Okay, thanks. My name is Lindsay Prince, and I've had the pleasure of working with Catherine since April of last year. And Ditch the Judgments. I've done the course a couple of times, and I was pregnant with this sweet little bambino here. I have judged the crap out of my body, well, since, puberty, basically, and hated everything about it. And what it allowed me to do when I was pregnant is not have those projections that I used to have about my body, because, you're getting bigger and things are changing. And back, if I was using my old methods of judgment, I was really harsh on myself. So the tools really allowed me not to, and just really enjoy the process, which was phenomenal. I mean, look at how cute she is. She's so sweet, little Maze. So yes, and I'm just so grateful for the tools. It's like he used the tools and they definitely work. So that's Ditch the Judgments for me.
Well, it's interesting, Lindsay, because when you started, like I just found out a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, that you used to be a bodybuilder and like beat the crap up out of your body, right? And maze is such a cute thing. So I'm wondering if you can just talk about what your life was like when you were doing that and what your life is like now in your body, with a different set of tools and a different set of experiences.
Yeah, so I competed, I can't remember what year it was, doesn't matter. And I was working for 3 months straight. I worked out every single day for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night. Like I was consumed by this. And I was very malnourished because I was kind of scared of food because you're looking for a specific result when you're competing, right? Like you're looking to be really cut and lean. And in my messed up way of thinking about food, I totally just killed my body. Like after I was done competing, I literally couldn't work out for an entire year. My body was just like, no, not happening. So, and yeah, the what's the word I'm looking for? With food, like the I can't even think of the word. The relationship, there we go, with food was just not very, it wasn't healthy whatsoever. So now using these tools and just living a completely different life and experiencing food differently, I eat whatever. And I'm not big. Like I thought if I had any kind of chocolate or any kind of, delicious food like ice cream and cake and all those yummy things, chips, because chips are one of my favorite things, I would just balloon. And it was just a lie that I bought from society. And, the fitness industry is very good at making you fearful of those foods when they're really just there to frickin' enjoy. So
Well,
that, yeah, it's just completely different. I love chocolate, I eat chips, and it's nice because I don't binge on them either like I used to, because I had an eating disorder or whatever, and that's what typically happens when you have a really interesting relationship with food. And I don't have that anymore whatsoever. So it's just way more kindness to my body, period.
cool. And what was your confidence level when you were bodybuilding?
Oh, like zero. I was so shy. I was not confident whatsoever because I thought, if I got this rockin' body, that I'd just be like on top of the world. No, that did not happen at all. And I'm way more confident now in my skin and just in period in general, than I ever have been in my life, thanks to these tools.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. All right, who
Well,
wants to go
thank you.
next? And if you guys are just joining, hello, Sweet Deep D. We are talking about two of our favorite programs that are, one's closing, the doors are closing soon, and one starts in less than 2 weeks. So, yeah, who wants to go next?
I will. My name
Awesome.
is Jennifer Stevens. I'm happy to be here. Super excited to be on Catherine's team. This has been life-changing. I did ditch the judgments diet. When I first found the tools of access, Catherine was one of the very first people that I ever just found on Facebook. And I thought, ditch the judgment diet. Like, what is that? Super curious. What has changed for me is through the ditch the judgments diet, it was super cool to go through and like clear all of the judgments out of my mirrors, the mirrors in my house. And then being able to just catch myself as I walk by to go, oh my gosh, my butt or my thighs or whatever. And I'm like, oh, wait, stop that. And then I can use the tools to just change that. So like even just the thought of food, like for years I used any diet you can imagine to I'm 5'2", and so any extra weight on me just feels like super heavy and a lot of extra. And so I've struggled with that my whole life. And I was a counselor for many years, and I took on a lot of other people's crap and I stored it in my body. So the Ditch the Judgments diet started me. It was a great set of tools for me to just start. And then doing the no judgment diet every day and JD every day. I look forward to that so much because I'm destroying and creating all of the craziness that I put in my head. So this has been like by far the coolest thing, and the most life changing. And I'm so much kinder and gentler and nourishing to my body. So that's what has changed for me.
Cool. And what was the difference? Like, did you notice a difference in the mirrors when you started destroying and uncreating the judgments that were in the mirrors?
Yeah, they were lighter. They were brighter. They like you think about like just the one in my bedroom that is full length. Um, I just looked different. I just didn't look the same in the mirror. Things that I used to focus on, like hips and thighs, not so much like the size, but just the shape of my body. And I think that, you know, like everybody in the house even just stopped really judging themselves as much in the mirrors. So it's been super fun because I go through and do that periodically when people have been in my house.
That's cool. Well, and it's interesting because I think that people like expect that if like with the ditch the judgments, right? Not a diet, just a ditch the judgments. It's like they expect like these miraculous changes, which totally can happen. But what I am surprised about that people comment on is these subtleties of either self-confidence or their whole household changes, their children change, their husbands change, they have more creativity, they have more energy in the mornings, they're choosing different foods. And it's like, you know, it's really interesting. It's a lifelong like experience of what happens when we let go of judgments, not just let's let go of judgments so we can change our body, because that's still a judgment, right?
Yeah.
Super cool. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Or Jennifer. Sorry. I keep wanting to call you Michelle.
Thank you.
Cool.
I can go next. Hi, everyone. Fabiola here. So, what I've noticed since I started with NJD is that the whispers of my body are way louder. And I have a similar story to Lindsay. Actually, I used to work out a lot. I created a, a beautiful body by this reality standards out of judgment. And I realized just in the past just 2 months, like out of judgment, I created the body that I had. And if I ask my body to do the same type of diet lifestyle that I used to do then, like my body, it's like it wants to cry, and I guess very like it's a feeling that I will never put. Basically, I will never put my body through what I've done before, and so I'm so grateful that I have this awareness now. And with the NJD, I'm just the tools are just it's like I'm so much more aggressive with the tools of access. We know that they work, but you have to use them, obviously. And so, with especially with NJD every day, um, I I like listen the 15 minutes like twice or three times a day actually. So it's a really double wham, and it's been awesome in the sense that it's really brings up in my face and my awareness the thoughts that I have towards the unkind thoughts that I could have towards any aspect of my life. So I use the tools.
Do you, Fabiola, do you notice any like area of your life that's changing because of NJD every day? Like, is there any noticeable thing specifically?
Well, it's what I've noticed is that everything is so connected. Like it's like so many layers. Every day, it's like a layer is destroyed, and so it's what I've noticed that how if I well if I to answer your question, and if I have to choose one, the receiving and ask has been something in my uh, daily, how you say, awareness. It's like I really, it was something that I kept avoiding, and this few days it was like in my face, and it was like either face it or die or die. So change or die. Yeah, and so grateful for NJD for that. Yeah, for giving me the to choose it, the to see the strength in me, and to just choose to choose, basically. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. I mean, the one thing I love about NJD every day is just letting go of points of views that I didn't even know I had that were limiting my reality. Right. And I think we all have been looking at that like, oh my gosh, we can let go of points of views that we've had, that we've been carrying in our bodies or carrying in our stories or carrying in our heads about business or about relationship. And it's interesting because one of the things that actually I got to see this week is everywhere where I reject me before anyone else has a chance to, right? Where I create separation of myself before anyone else has a chance to. And when we do that and go, holy cow, that's so interesting that I would actually pre-calculate and like try to, what's the word, protect myself from pain or hurt or judgment or harm, and yet not put myself fully out there. And so NJD every day is creating this like, oh my God, I can put myself out there every day as me, as silly, as obnoxious, as wild, as goofy, and make decisions every day. And the decision doesn't have to create what I think the decision needs to create. Right? Like, it's like most of us are like, oh, let me decide. Oh, I want to go to this class because this class is going to change my body. I want to take this course because this course is going to be the answer. And actually, that's not true, right? And I think what happens is when we put that much pressure on every choice we make, we limit what those choices can create. So I love what you said, Fabiola, because it sparks like what is truly possible with if every area of our life is absent of the need to make ourselves wrong for anything. So very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, mama with the two kids, you want to share? I know, right? Wow, says Wendy. Exactly, my friend. So my invitation to you, if you're watching this before Mama Bear gets on, is we're all almost all Mama Bears. So is oh man, I lost it. Oh, is notice the areas of your life where you want to reject you before anyone else has an opportunity to, where you want to reject you before the universe has an opportunity to. And I love what you said, Fabiola, that your asks and your receiving have changed, because if you didn't have any fear and rejection was just an interesting point of view, what would you actually ask for that you're not asking for?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's
so
exciting.
It's huge. Like, I think that we don't ask for what we'd like to ask for because we're afraid of getting rejected, which is so stupid. So then we don't ask. So we can't even perceive the energy of receiving what we'd actually like to ask for, which is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right, Mama Bear, what do you got for us? Hi, ladies.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
It's a bit crazy over here today. So, but I mean, I can't say enough about like what just the experience of NJD has been and a contribution in like just being impatient. Like, I mean, it's allowed so much about like what just the experience of NJD has been And sorry, it's so crazy over here. Like just being, I mean, it's allowed so much has been. And sorry, it's much has been. And sorry, it's
I think I have an echo. Is that me, you guys?
much has been. And sorry, it's
I think I have an echo. Is that me, you guys? Okay.
much.
Maybe yes, because you're the only one that has audio.
I think I have an echo. Is that me, you guys?
You probably
There
on
we go.
your Facebook,
Okay.
there's the audio if you want to turn it off.
Maybe yes, because
you're the only one that has audio.
I think I have an echo. Is that me, you guys?
In your Facebook page,
Probably
makes sense.
on your
Facebook,
Facebook,
and the
your-
no judgment.
maybe yes, because you're the only one that
Judgment diet page.
I have an echo. Is that me, you guys? Alyssa, can you
your
mute
Facebook page?
yourself for a second?
on your Facebook.
I don't have my Facebook on. I don't have anything but the Zoom.
Maybe yes, because you're the only one that
Judgment diet page.
I have an echo. Is that me, you guys? I don't have
Alyssa,
anything
can
else
you
open.
mute
Mute
yourself
yourself for a second.
on your Facebook.
I don't have my Facebook on. I don't have anything but the Zoom.
Maybe yes, because you're the only one
Can we unmute for a second? I don't have
Alyssa,
anything
can
else
you
open.
mute yourself?
Can we unmute for a second? I don't have
Alyssa,
anything
can
else
you
open.
mute
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know why there's an echo because I don't have anything else open. Can we unmute for a second? Okay. Can you guys still hear it? Are we good? Are we better? Okay. I just closed Facebook. All right. We can't get it. Sorry for the confusion. So yeah, sorry about that, Alyssa. That's my fault.
That's okay. I thought it was mine too because I had so many pages open. But like I think back on like before in JD and just really my how I was functioning in the world. And you know, it was only probably, what is it, 3 months ago now, and my patience level, like just since it's kind of up in the world right now with kids, is just an allowance of their creation. And ditch the judgments. Like I was judging my body so hard. Both my girls were C-sections, so I have that scar there, and there's just like that roll most women know about, that just roll that happens because you have a huge scar. So the first time I did it, I was just truly focusing on my C-section scar, and the changes that happened there were pretty dramatic. Like it just took all the charge off of it, and it was able to like dissipate. But from there, like just my confidence level and everything, and like in JD every day, like everybody knows, but everybody's been experiencing the CRS, and like it was so so crazy right before we hopped on this call for me. Like I thought we were getting on this call for another reason, so I have no makeup on, I have like nothing, my kids are running everywhere. But being able to laugh at that is something that like a few months ago I'd be like, oh my gosh, like it's not perfect, I don't look perfect, it's loud, you know, nobody's going to be able to relate. And now I'm just totally in acceptance of it, and like truly embracing that chaos, because of that chaos, like I am starting to have that extraordinary life that I've been asking for and have always known as possible. So it's just, I mean, I'm just getting into my own and becoming my own self. And like, I'm crazy and wacky and cuckoo. And like, now embracing it. Like, I don't know what, I mean, a lot of crap I allowed to pile on to like diminish me. But now it's like, you know, there's nothing that's going to stop me. And like, I'm just ready to conquer the world. It, and for the betterment of the world, not just conquer it because like I know what's best. It's like, no, I'm just ready to go. So, yeah.
Well, your face looks very pretty. Well, and what's so cool, so you're welcome. So for those of you that don't know, Alyssa was really struggling with even saying the word extraordinary. So I was like, wait, what? You just said extraordinary? Who are you? Wait, you're extraordinary and you're admitting it alive? Like, that's amazing. And so it is really cool to watch, like, you know, all of us open up and just be more, because I think that the purpose of the tools of access is to give you access to you being all of you, no matter what, and then no matter what capacity. And I know for all of us that we experience different waves of judgment, that we then judge that we have these judgments, or that we keep secret, or that we like, you know, stuff, or like, I love, Alyssa, that you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize that this is what we're doing today. So no makeup. And you know what? And that's like the beauty of life, and the beauty and the gift of having no point of view, and the beauty and the gift of doing NJD every day is like, you show up for you show up for your life, you show up for your kids, you show up for your husband, you show up for your wife, you show up for your business, you show up for your body, and you just keep showing up. And it's so interesting because like all of you in your stories, and you know, my story, where we thought that showing up looked like getting food right, looked like getting exercise right, looked like getting the image right. And I can tell from personal experience, when I got it right, I was almost dying and dead inside, and I was not even in my body. And I would much rather have an extra 10-15 pounds on my frame and be happy as a clam, you know, and be embodied so that we can experience the adventure of this life, the adventure of this reality. And so, yeah, it's just so cool. I'm so grateful for each of you coming on to share your stories. I'm so grateful for those of you watching on Facebook. I turned my Facebook off because I clearly screwed it up. I went to respond to Radna. Radna, I was trying to respond to you, and then it came on and chaos ensued. But you know, that's part of the beauty of life, is we keep going no matter what shows up in the face of adversity, no matter what shows up in the face of challenge. And when you believe in you and don't have to buy any judgments as real, holy cow. And I know, so you guys are invited to join us for 2 amazing courses. One is NJD every day. It's $1 a day, and you can join up until January 15th. It's not too late. It's freaking phenomenal. Everybody who's on that, like the laughter and the joy that we have for 15 minutes changes universes. It's so cool. And then the other one is Ditch the Judgments, where it's a 15-day challenge. And this one starting January 20th, I will be live every day in Facebook, in a private Facebook group, where we literally let go and use the mirror and the mirror exercise, which if those of you don't know, you'll certainly find out in Ditch the Judgments. Cool. So yeah, Lindsay's posting. So if we can post those links in Facebook so they have them, that would be amazing. If we don't get them while we're live, we will be able to post them. Is someone able to post those for everybody? Okay, cool. Thanks, Fabiola. So the first one is NJD every day. And then the second one is just ditchthejudgments.com. You can go straight to that URL. And the 15-day challenge will start January 20th. And the beautiful thing about it is when you sign up, there's actually a pre-challenge to get you prepared for the actual challenge, with some journal exercises and some stuff to just like, well, if you could change anything, what would you want to change? And if you didn't have a belief that it's not possible, what would actually be possible. So we'd love for you guys to join us. I want to thank these beautiful, amazing ladies that have like literally helped create. And it's cool, yes, they're on my team, but I brought them on because they didn't start that way. They started by actually choosing to do the courses, and their lives changed, and then they like, hey, do you need some help? I always need help. So thank you, ladies, for coming on and sharing your experiences and your stories, and just so grateful to have you here. Grateful for all of you who joined and watched us live. And if this spoke to you, please feel free to share it with a friend, share it on a page, share it in a group. And what would your life look like if you committed to you getting out of judgment? Period. Awesome. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye, everyone.
Bye.